Good afternoon, fans. This is your girl from Mel's Mat Chat, and this is Mel's Mat Chat episode 288. How's everybody doing? I'm doing great. I'm doing better than I was last week at this time. I just have a new lease on life. I am happy for the first time in months, and there's a lot of things I can't say right now, but there's one thing that I can say. It's countdown to motherfucking Vegas, baby. I'm not going to be there for Double or Nothing. I'm going early in the month. It's my birthday month coming up, which will be on Tuesday. So May starts my birthday month. I will be 41. And of course, I'm going to, be, you know, having my birthday show on the 12th because that's the way everything falls together and everything. So, yeah, there's a lot of things I can't say because they're really personal, and I don't want to cross this line with you people. I do a lot in this show, and I divulge a lot of stuff, but I'd rather not divulge this. I've had a really, really string of bad luck after my mother had passed away. But as of yesterday, Tuesday, I have a new lease on life, and I'm actually smiling really, like genuinely, for the first time in months. So, let's just say, um, where I am living, I am not going anywhere. Okay, that's all I gotta say. So, it's the count of my birthday. I'll be 41 years old on May 10th. I just, I'm doing a redo because last year at this time I was still mourning my mom, and I'm still in grief. Grief will never leave me. But I am doing a do over because I was so fixated on my mother. Now I could be, for me, this is a do over for 40. So I'm going to consider this, I'm turning 40 plus one, and I'm going to do it all over in my way. So, I don't want to waste any really more of your time. Autism Awareness Month is coming to a close, so I hope everybody was got educated about the cause. If you have any questions, come and ask me. Check all my social media. Go to Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter, and DM me if you want to know any more about it. If you want to ask me questions, um, tweet me there or whatever the case may be. Please go check me out there, Mel's Mat Chat. Please go check me out at Snapchat and uh, Facebook. So there you go. Um, I am just, I'm gonna go through this, and but you know what I'm gonna be doing. I'm gonna be making sure that you get what's coming to you, and that is people who I support. And the people I support are Harry's.com. Visit their website for all your shaving and toiletry essentials. Also, please go check out Harry Maestro Classics at maestroclassics.com and get all your beard essentials. Also, please go check out Liquid Death at liquiddeath.com. You can murder your thirst with sparkling water, flavored and plain, unflavored, water, and iced tea. So go check all those out. Also, please go check out Deathwish Coffee at deathwishcoffee.com, and go and sample the world's strongest coffee with this lowest acidic rate. And look, I'm having a cup right now. I need it tonight. I mean, I've had a really crazy, crazy, crazy day. Also, please do me a favor and go check out the people over at House of Glory. They are going to be coming in with their next event on Fight TV. If you are an OG to Fight TV Plus, you are locked in for the $4.99. I'm locked in. If you subscribe now, it's going to cost you $7.99. I'm telling you, it is. You will legitimately, when you watch House of Glory, it'll pay for itself legitimately. Just that one event will pay for it right then and there. So go check that out. And if you want to know everything else, they have their social media sites. So you can find all that out on hogwrestling.net. And if you're going to be able to get the tickets and go there personally, go get your tickets over at the website. All right. We are coming from the Peterson Center in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. We're there for Dynamite for Rampage, as well. Also, um, this is where Adam Cole, and Britt Baker. This is their home state, so we are doing it for the home crowd and whatnot. So I am freezing right now. Whew. So we start off with Rampage, and this was, I believe, 1 hour. 1 hour, yes. We start off with John Moxley versus Christopher Daniels. Moxley knows what he's up against. A veteran, said Tony Schiavone. Mox applied a headlock to Daniels. John Moxley followed up with the two shoulder tackles, but then Daniels used a toe hold to take Mox down to the mat. Mox backed Daniels into the corner, and Daniels traded chops. Outside the ring, Moxley used a back body drop on Christopher Daniels. Moxley lifted Daniels and dropped him hard on the steel ring steps. Moxley lured Christopher Daniels in, which is surprisingly my eyes because Daniels is a veteran and he's seen it all and done it all, said Jim Ross. Moxley was looking for a suplex, but Daniels knocked him off the ropes and hit a diving crossbody for a near fall. Moxley raked Daniels' eyes. Daniels rolled up Mox for a 2 count, but Mox came back with a King Kong lariat. Moxley spiked Daniels with a pile driver and then applied a bulldog choke. Daniels escaped and countered a Death Rider with a back body drop. Daniels nailed Mox with a flatliner off the ropes. Daniels connected with the angel wings for a near fall. Moxley sunk in his hooks in, wrapping his legs around Christopher Daniels and then put Daniels to sleep in a chokehold. After the match, Moxley offered his hand as show of respect to Christopher Daniels. So we heard from the Hardys, Matt and Jeff Hardy, FTW Champ Hook, and Isaiah Cassidy. Jeff said he was here in AEW to end his career on a high note. Poor choice of words. Matt Hardy said he wants to talk about the firm's deletion. The firm's Stokely Hathaway appeared on the video screen, and he insisted on hearing details about the firm's deletion match. Matt Hardy said he let Stokely know when the time was right. The firm, Big Bill, Lee Moriarty, and All Ego Ethan Page blindsided the Hardys, Hook, and Isaiah Cassidy from behind. Whenever this firm deletion match takes place, the firm seem awfully ready for it, and said Excalibur. Matt, Jeff, and Hook ran off firm before firm could do more damage to Isaiah Cassidy. We go to the House of Black's Julia Hart versus Kiera Hogan. Julia Hart slapped Kiera, but Kiera fired back with elbows and right hands and across Julia's face. Kiera hit a leg drop on Julia. Julia connected with a kick to Kiera Hogan. Kiera cracked Julia with a kick across the jaw and then followed it up with a big wind-up drop kick in the corner. Julia used a handstand moonsault press for a near fall. Kira countered Julia's attempt at the Heartless submission with a cradle. Julia managed to lock in the Heartless, and Kira tapped out. Julia didn't come to mess around, said Jim Ross. Anna Jay sprinted to the ring after the match and grounded and pounded Julia Hart. AEW officials ran out to separate Julia and Anna Jay. If they would fucking take the title off of fucking Jade Cargill, there would be another. What is with this? She's the only fucking champion. We need this to. We need this to get her. To get off her, please. Lexi Nair was backstage to interview Christopher Daniels. Daniels, I'm not here just for respect. I'm here for championships. The BCC interrupted the interview. The BCC signed up Daniels until Moxley told them that Daniels was cool. Daniels said he believed Mox had some honor in him. Mox turned around and sucker punched Daniels. We never change, said Mox. AEW Tag Team Champions FTR, Cash Wheeler and Dax Harwood versus Jay Lethal and Jeff Jarrett there wasn't a versus. It was an 8-man tag. It was also with Ari Daivari, Josh Wood, Slim J, and Tony Nese. That is a menagerie of people, I swear. I gotta get used to my new glasses. I got bifocals and it's a pain in the ass. So you're gonna see me adjusting my glasses a lot more. Slim J took down Wheeler and he continued to hammer Cash with hard rights. Cash caught Slim J in midair and power slammed him. Lethal and Jarrett used their tandem offense on Slim J. FTR and the team of Lethal and Jarrett seemed to have different strategies for the match. Mark Briscoe watched the match on the monitor backstage. Dax tagged in and cleaned house with a big right hand. Jarrett and Dax exchanged words after Jarrett inadvertently hit him. Dax managed to score the pin, and right before things broke down, Mark Briscoe ran down to act as peacemaker. So that is that. We have main event match. El Hijo del Vikingo versus Jalisco. Jalisco jumped over the top rope and landed on Helio del Vikingo. As the champ was making his entrance, Vikingo came back with a tope suicida, but Jalisco dodged it, sending Vikingo crashing to the arena floor. El Helio del Vikingo rallied back with corkscrew kicks and then it reversed Hurricane Rana. Jalisco impaled Vikingo with a destroyer off the ropes. LFI ganged up and rammed El Hiligo del Vikingo into the barricade and then the steel ring steps. Jalisco jumped off the ropes and rocked Vikingo with a codebreaker. Jalisco is on target tonight, said Tony Schiavone. Jalisco and Helio del Vikingo exchanged strikes on the turnbuckles. Vikingo drilled Jalisco with a Canadian destroyer on the ring apron. LFI swarmed Vikingo and the refs saw enough and ejected LFI from ringside. Vikingo connected with a diving foot stomp and onto Jalisco for a near fall. Jalisco surprised Vikingo with a diving Hurricane Rana. Jalisco was looking for an armbar submission, but Vikingo managed to touch the ropes with his boot. El Helio del Vikingo rocked Jalisco with running knees into the corner. Vikingo hit a 630 splash to pin Jalisco, and LFI attacked Vikingo after the match. And that is the end of Rampage. They are going to be having AEW Collision, and I will be covering it, so don't worry about that. I might be reformatting the videos. I might do like WWE only as a separate podcast, and then all AEW, and then you'll have Ring of Honor. I may grandfather that in, depending on how things work out, because that means there'll be 3 shows on there and 2 shows on there, and it's going to be crazy, okay? So just bear with me. It's going to be nuts trying to cover all of this. So everything they're going to be basically building for Double or Nothing, which is at the end of next month, my birthday month. Yes. Okay, on to WWE. Sorry, my tablet's very slow tonight. All right, SmackDown. SmackDown is set to feature 2 big championship matches. Gunther defending the Intercontinental Championship against Xavier Woods after Gunther vowed to beat some respect into Woods last week. Our second championship match will see Raquel Rodriguez and Liv Morgan defend their women's tag team championship against the team of Sonya Deville and Chelsea Green. It should be interesting to see how things play out on the show. SmackDown kicks off with Judgment Day. Finn Balor, Damian Priest making their way down to the ring for a tag team match. I want to send out my condolences to the WWE SmackDown Women's Champion Rhea Ripley. She legitimately just lost her grandmother, so my prayers, everybody here. We love you, mommy. Our thoughts and prayers are out to you and your entire family. So we start off, our first match is Damian Priest and Finn Balor versus Rey Mysterio and Santos Escobar. Our opening tag team match begins with Mysterio hitting a series of punches to Balor. Mysterio goes for a moonsault, but Balor brings his knees up to counter, and Balor tags in Priest. Priest hits a jumping elbow strike in the corner. Balor gets in the ring and hits a backbreaker, and Priest follows up with a leg drop. Priest covers Mysterio for a 2. Balor tags back in the match and applies a headlock to Mysterio on the mat. Mysterio gets on his feet and hits a back elbow to Balor. Mysterio climbs to the top rope, but Balor grabs Mysterio on his shoulders, but Mysterio counters with a bulldog and tags Escobar in the match. Escobar hits a backbreaker and follows with a lariat in the corner. Escobar grabs Balor's arm and springs off the top rope to hit Priest with a kick into an arm drag takedown to Balor. Priest pulls up Balor out of the ring. Escobar goes to dive to the outside, but Balor runs back in the ring to hit Escobar with a big lariat. We come back from our commercial break. Our opening match continues with Escobar and Priest trading strikes in the ring. Escobar hits chops to gain momentum, but is dropped to the mat with a big boot from Priest. Escobar hits a huge drop kick with Mysterio, and Balor get the hot tag. Mysterio hits a Hurricane Rana and a flying crossbody from the middle rope. Mysterio hits a Enziguri. Priest makes the blind tag as Mysterio goes for the 619. Priest catches Mysterio and Escobar runs in to save Mysterio. Mysterio hits the 619 on Balor and tags in Escobar, who hits a splash and goes for the cover. The ref refuses to count the fall as Priest runs in and plants Escobar with the South of Heaven. Priest covers for the 1, 2, 3. Winner Damian Priest and Finn Balor. And the reason why the ref refused is because he was the illegal man. Okay, dokie, so we don't have any issues here. The Usos and Solo Sequoia are entering the arena backstage as Michael Cole on commentary announces Sequoia will take on Matt Riddle in a no disqualification match later on tonight. We come back from commercial break, back live with Zelina Vega speaking with Adam Pearce backstage. Vega tells Pearce that she wants to face Rhea Ripley for the SmackDown Women's Championship at Backlash. Vega says she wants to prove herself and represent Puerto Rico. I understand this, but it whatever. Pierce tells Vega he will talk to the upper management and Ripley and see what he can do. A video package is shown of Shinsuke Nakamura training mixed in with highlights of some of his best moves. After we cut to Karrion Kross, Kross says that he has never hurt anybody a day in his life. It was all in the cards. Kross then runs down his fallen opponents, McIntyre, Moss, and Mysterio. Kross says that he will take the honor away from Nakamura. That is going to be a fucking match. Look out for that. Ricochet and Braun Strowman make their way to the ring. We have the next match. We have Braun Strowman and Ricochet versus the Viking Raiders. The match begins with Strowman and Ivar. Ivar ducks a lariat and begins to lay into Strowman in the corner with punches and then back elbow strikes. Strowman slams Ivar in the corner and then Irish whips him into the opposite corner before hitting a shoulder tackle. Eric causes a distraction on the apron that allows Ivar to hit a punch. Ivar goes for an Irish whip, but Strowman counters with a lariat. Eric makes the blind tag and attacks Strowman from behind as Eric and Ivar both beat Strowman down. Strowman eventually powers up and tags Ricochet in. Ricochet hits a dropkick to knock Ivar out of the ring, and Ricochet hits a backflip handspring dive to Eric and Ivar outside the ring. We come back from commercial break. The match continues live with Eric having Ricochet in a chinlock on the mat. Ricochet tries to crawl to the corner. Eric goes for the power slam, but Ricochet flips of it and makes the tag to Strowman. Strowman hits a running dropkick in the corner, and Strowman exits the ring and runs around the ring and takes out Eric and then Ivar with shoulder tackles. Strowman is distracted by Valhalla on the outside that allows Eric to hit a kick to the head. Ivar hits a splash from the top rope and covers, but Strowman kicks out at 2. Strowman hits a double shoulder tackle to take both opponents, and Strowman tags Ricochet in. Ricochet hits an elbow to Eric, but is hit with a big boot from Ivar. Ricochet escapes and slams escapes and slam and hits a drop kick. Strowman gets back in. Ricochet gets on top Strowman's shoulders and hits a swanton bomb and makes the cover for a 3. Winner Strowman and Ricochet. Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez are interviewed backstage. Morgan speaks quickly as she talks about getting even with Green and DeVille. Rodriguez calms Morgan down, and Morgan laughs and informs us all who we should be watching. Morgan and Rodriguez make their entrance for their upcoming title defense. I just got to quickly answer two texts. We have the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships. Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez versus Sonya Deville and Chelsea Green. Before our first championship match of the night, Deville tells the crowd to shut up and show them respect. Green tells Deville these normies could never understand what it's like to be winners like they are. Green splashes Morgan in the face with water, and Raquel Rodriguez holds Morgan back. The match officially begins with Morgan hitting a dropkick to Green. Deville tags in the match, and Rodriguez also tags in. Deville escapes a slam and hits a chop block before tagging Green back in the match. Rodriguez plants Green face first with a slam, and then Morgan tags back in. Green goes for a tope suicida, but Rodriguez catches her. Deville saves Green by taking out Rodriguez with a dive from the apron. Green and Deville celebrate before Morgan hits them with a dive over the top rope. Green hits a power slam from the top rope and covers Morgan, but the ref catches Green's feet on the ropes and stops counting. Deville tags back in and hits Morgan with a series of kicks in the corner. Deville goes for a cover, but the ref once again sees the heel teams trying to use the ropes for the pin attempt and stops his count. Morgan hits a neck breaker and crawls to the corner to tag in Rodriguez in the back. Rodriguez hits Green with a fallaway slam, then the corkscrew elbow splash. We get a cover, but Deville breaks it up. Rodriguez puts Deville on the top rope, and Morgan tags in. Rodriguez hits a suplex, and Morgan hits Green with a missile dropkick. As the ref is distracted by Deville, Morgan splashes water in Green's face, and Morgan gets a roll up, and Rodriguez pushes against Morgan as the ref is apparently blind to the babyface cheating as he makes the 3 count. Winner, still champions, Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. Matt Riddle is interviewed backstage. Matt says that the last time he stepped in the ring with Solo Sequoia, he ended up buried under a table, but this time Sequoia will be the one who's getting buried. No, that's the future, sweetheart. You are on very, very thin ice lately. We come back from commercial break. We have Gunther making his way to the ring for his match with Xavier Woods. Our second championship match begins with a lockup. Gunther dives Woods into the corner. Woods ducks a chop and kicks Gunther in the legs. Gunther and Woods trade punches before Gunther knocks Woods down with a vicious drop. Jeez. Back live, we come back from commercial break. Gunther hitting a chop to Woods' back. Gunther drops Woods to the mat with a chop and a cover for a 2. Gunther hits a double underhook suplex and begins to trash talk Woods, who responds with a series of furious punches, and Woods eventually knocked Gunther down to the mat. Gunther rolls out of the ring, and Woods hits a drop kick through the ropes and then dives to Gunther over the top rope. Woods goes up top but is hit with a chop. Gunther climbs up, but Woods hits a kick to the face to knock Gunther down. Woods gets back up top and hits a leg drop. Woods covers for a close 2 count. Gunther locks in the sleeper hold before transitioning to a powerbomb. Woods is able to counter and hit a DDT. Woods gets a roll up, but Gunther kicks out and locks in the sleeper hold on the mat, and the ref drops Woods' hand and calls for the bell, and Gunther retains the Intercontinental Championship. We come back from commercial break with the Usos making their way to the ring. Jey Uso informs the crowd that the Bloodline has in fact entered their city. Jey Uso says they will do what they always do, compete and complete the mission and reclaim their tag team titles next week. Jey Uso says they will win they will win the WrestleMania rematch and dedicate their victory to the tribal chief Roman Reigns. The Usos call out Matt Riddle and they introduce Solo Sikoa, who makes their entrance for his no disqualification match with Riddle. That is up next. By the way, I'm also covering the draft. So what I'm going to try to do, I'm going to give you on Twitter top 5 men, top 5 women, and to see who goes on where. Like, I will do SmackDown, my picks that should be there. Then I'm going to do my picks for Raw, and that's, the whole situation. I'm not doing tag teams because what? There's no division. There's no division. So our main event begins with Riddle sneaking out from the crowd to attack Sikoa from behind. Sikoa counters with a suplex and hits a lariat. Riddle goes for a triangle choke in the corner, but Sikoa counters it into a powerbomb, and Sikoa covers for 2. Sikoa rolls out of the ring and grabs 2 kendo sticks and 2 chairs and tosses them in the ring. Sikoa hits Riddle on the back with a kendo stick and goes for another strike, but Riddle deflects the kendo stick and hits a kick to the head. Riddle grabs a kendo stick of his own and hits Sikoa with it. Riddle grabs a table from underneath the ring, but Sikoa throws the table back underneath the ring for maximum heel heat. Riddle slams Sikoa to the stairs and hits a senton off the stairs onto Sikoa. We come back from commercial break. Our main event continues with Sikoa hitting a Samoan drop. Sikoa grabs a chair and places it around Riddle's neck in the corner. Sikoa goes for a Umaga splash, but Riddle throws the chair at Sikoa's head. Riddle unleashes a series of kendo sticks. Riddle unleashes a series of kendo stick strikes before tossing a chair to Sikoa, who catches it in perfect position for Matt Riddle to hit a knee strike that had to hurt his knee there. Riddle stands 2 chairs up and power slams Sikoa through the standing chairs. Riddle covers for a 2. Riddle buries Sikoa under a pile of chairs before climbing to the top rope. Sikoa rolls out of the ring. Riddle chases and goes for a kick, but Sikoa catches the leg and slams Riddle off the apron. Sikoa tosses Riddle over the announce table and tries to flip over it, but Riddle avoids it. Riddle pops up and flips Sikoa over the announce table, and Riddle flips the table over Sikoa. Jimmy and Jey Uso hop up the barricade and beat down Riddle. Riddle eventually hits a double moonsault to take out both Usos. Sikoa emerges under the table like a slasher villain. Back in the ring, Sikoa hits a Samoan spike and covers for a 3. Winner Solo Sikoa. After the bell, the Usos grab the table that the crowd desperately wanted, as the ungrateful fans boo at this time. The Usos hit Riddle with the 1D through the table. The Usos and Sikoa stand triumphant in the ring as SmackDown goes off the air. So that is that. I will be doing that sometime as we get closer to SmackDown, so we can do our first picks and everything. I'm gonna give SmackDown. I'm gonna do SmackDown tonight, and then when Monday comes rolling around, I'll give you my picks for Monday Night Raw. Let's see how they fare up. So stay to my Twitter feed, okay? And I want to say thank you to Ringside News for giving me, because I don't watch this. I just follow what's on Twitter, and that's it. The show promises another exciting night of action as Rey Mysterio goes one-on-one with Damian Priest. Triple H will also be on Raw to make a huge announcement. The update match card as follow, and you can know by there's three things going on that Vince McMahon completely booked this fucking show. Triple H will make a huge announcement. Rey Mysterio and Damian Priest. Bad Bunny returns to Raw. We start off with Cody Rhodes' theme song, and he walks to the ring. He starts by saying they could talk about the WWE draft. He also says they could talk about his match against Brock Lesnar. Photos of Brock attack shows on the Titantron. Cody says it's the worst beatdown he's ever received, and he says he wants to show the fans something else. Cody proceeds to remove his shirt. Then he shows off his torn pectoral muscle scar. He said he never watched his Hell in a Cell match and then asked Brock to put another scar on him. He says this scar was the same scar that he was able to defeat Seth Rollins with. He also says this didn't do anything that night, but a sold-out arena popped him up on his shoulders and carried him to the finish line. He then thanked the fans for their support. Finn Balor's music hits and he comes out. Two former Bullet Club members. They will always be Bullet Club members. Doesn't matter where the fuck they are. Once you're at Bullet Club, do I need to go there? Thank you. Balor says he wants to let Cody know they all got scars. He says he saw what happened at WrestleMania. He also says that he saw that Cody got screwed at WrestleMania and says he knows how he feels. Finn says Cody got screwed because there was no one there to help him. Was it a figure of our imagination? Was Owens and Zayn there to help him? I'm just putting that out there, okay? Finn says Cody trusted the wrong man and tells him he needs to be smarter. Balor says Cody can't beat Brock Lesnar on his own. Cody stops him and says Brock is the only thing on his mind and says he isn't interested in what Balor is selling. Finn asks Cody to hear him out. Cody Rhodes in Judgment Day would be unstoppable. Finn says Cody made a mistake at WrestleMania and says Judgment Day can have his back. Cody rejects the offer and offers his hand for a handshake. Balor says it's real pity because Cody is either with them or against them and suggests Cody watch his own back. Cody says he is smiling because Finn is under the impression that he's not medically cleared to compete tonight. He said he was cleared to compete tonight on Raw and he challenges him to a match on Raw. We had the LWO versus the Bloodline. The match begins with Wilde and Jey Uso. Wilde with head scissors and a drop kick. Jey tags out and Jimmy attacks him in the corner. Jey tags in and attacks Wilde. Solo tags in next and continues the assault. Del Toro and Escobar take down the Bloodline. LWO then divides onto the Bloodline. We come back from commercial break. Solo knocks down Wilde. Wilde fights back with a tornado DDT. Both men tag out and Santos attacks the Usos. He knocks down Jimmy with a shoulder tackle. He hits a jumping knee. Santos with a kick to Jimmy. He then hits a crossbody cover 1-2 kick out. Jimmy with an enziguri. Del Toro with a drop kick and a Phoenix splash to Jimmy. Cover 1-2. Jey makes the save. Jey sends Santos into the apron. Solo Sequoia plants Wild on the apron. Del Toro with a kick to Jimmy. He climbs to the top rope. He dives, and Solo hits a Samoan spike. The Usos hit the 1D for the win. The winners are the Bloodline. After the match, Jay gets on the mic and says they had one bad night at WrestleMania 39. He says they laid down the tribal chief. They let down the tribal chief. Jimmy says this Friday they dedicate their win to Roman Reigns. Kathy Kelly was backstage with Bianca Belair, who says she's excited to face Io Sky. She then says she's ready for her. Damage Control interrupts and says the title will soon be theirs. Belair says she isn't scared of defending her title. Bayley says she hasn't faced someone like Io. Io challenges Bianca to a match tonight. Bayley asked Belair to find her two partners for their tag match. They then walked away. We come back from a commercial break. Jey Uso is backstage on the phone and he says he got the W and they handled business like always. He runs into Sami Zayn, who says he's not there to fight. Here to fight. Sami says he heard that he is dedicating their match to Roman Reigns and calls it weird. Sami says they're not losing the tag team titles, asks what will happen if they come up short, and it won't be good. Sami says Jay doesn't deserve that. Jay asks why he cares, and Sami says he feels bad. Jay says they even will take the tag team titles and ask them not to worry about him because he made his choice. Jay then walks away. Kathy Kelly interviews Trish Stratus, Kathy Kelly interviews WWE Hall of Famer Trish Stratus, who says Becky isn't here because she isn't doing so well. She says Becky is having a hard time being the man and a mom. Trish says is also a mom and is doing a lot of things and she is thriving. She then says she saw Becky struggling and took out of her misery and says Becky should thank her. The Street Profits versus Shelton Benjamin and Cedric Alexander. The match begins with Benjamin and Ford in the ring. Benjamin with a power bomb. Cedric tags in and hits a Michinoku driver. He tags out and Shelton attacks Ford. Ford with an enziguri to Dawkins. He tags out and Dawkins attacks Cedric and knocks him down. Dawkins hits a silencer. Cover 1-2, Benjamin breaks it up. Dawkins hits a spinebuster on Cedric and tags out to Ford, who hits a frog splash for the win. Winner, Street Profits. All right, this is where it's going to get good and juicy. Triple H is making an announcement. Now, I'm going to give you my feeling after I read for this segment. You're going to hear my thoughts about this whole situation. And I'm not going to predict or anything. I don't want to put I don't know who should have it. I haven't sat with it long enough. You will hear who I want, like probably the second week, the 2 weeks prior to Night of Champions in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Triple H's music played and he walked out to the ring. He starts by saying he had the privilege of competing at the highest level for the fans. He said he now has the privilege of ensuring that the WWE is all it can be for the future. He said he says he's here to talk about Roman Reigns, and everybody was like, "Oh no, what's going on? Oh, what's going on?" Triple H says Reigns is coming up to 1,000 days as champion. He also says not many people will be able to hang with Roman Reigns because he is so good. Triple H says Roman was smart enough to negotiate himself into a position he doesn't have to defend the title as often. You could thank fucking goddamn Paul fucking Heyman for that. Okay? Triple H says the fans deserve more than that. He says that Reigns gets drafted, he will take the WWE Undisputed Universal Championship with him and stay there. He said another brand will have determined a new champion. Triple H says at Night of Champions, we will crown a new World Heavyweight Champion. He unveils the new World Heavyweight Championship belt. He says this will be a champion that will defend this championship anywhere, any place, anytime. He said this champion will earn the fans' acknowledgement. So that is that with that. So I'm going to give you my thoughts on it. It's a great situation. I'm not going to say who, it's predictable, wherever Roman Reigns is, that's why I'm going to wait, because I want to give it a good 2 weeks after the draft to finally find out who's going to be in jockeying position. So if wherever Roman Reigns lies, that's where I'm going to start building my prediction for the winner of this new title. It is fucking gorgeous. It's the mixture of the big gold belt, which is has a soft spot in my heart, with the WWE Championship. It's gorgeous. So it's like Vince McMahon got his way and Triple H got its way. But it's beautiful, and it's already on sale at the WWEshop.com for $499. Get your orders in. I know, shameless plug. Don't at me on this fuck shit. We go to Kathy Kelly backstage with the Judgment Day. When Kathy asks Damian a question, Finn asks if he is invincible. Damian says he will take care of it. Priest says it's awesome that Bad Bunny is here to promote Backlash. He also says Bad Bunny has had success in WWE when he had his back. Priest warns Bad Bunny against interfering in his business. Dominic says Bad Bunny can watch him beat his dad. Priest says the whole world will witness that. We have Damage Control and versus Bianca Belair, Liv Morgan, and Raquel Rodriguez. So the champions versus basically the non-champions or the former champions, or whatever the case may be. Before we get into this match, we come back from commercial break. The Usos backstage, and Jimmy is saying they are going to super kick Sammy and Owens on Friday, but Jay is distracted. Jimmy asks what's wrong. Jay asks if Jimmy has thought about what will happen if they don't win on Friday. He says he was talking to Sammy. Jimmy freaks out and says Jay can't talk to Sammy and asks him to stay focused. Jay asks if they don't win. Jimmy said they're going to win their titles back for the tribal chief. So we get back to the ring. All the competitors are in the ring for their match. The match starts with Belair and Io Sky. Belair hits a dropkick. Kai tags in and Belair hits her with a suplex. She tags out and Raquel attacks her in the corner. She tags out and Liv attacks her. Raquel sends Bayley and Kai and attacks them. Raquel tags out and Liv dives onto Kai and Bayley. Sky kicks Morgan in the face. We go to commercial break. Kai attacks Morgan in the corner. Bayley tags in and attacks Liv in the corner. Io tags in and continues the assault. Cover 1-2 kick out. Io goes to work on Liv. Kai tags in, but Morgan knocks her down. Sky takes out Belair. Liv with a backstabber to Kai. Both women tag out and Raquel knocks down Bayley. Io hits the clothesline and hits a fallaway slam. Raquel with a twisted senton. Cover 1-2. Kai makes the save. Raquel tags out. She launches Liv into Bayley, and Kai Io takes out Raquel. Belair sends her into the post. Belair hits a KOD on Bailey for the win. Winner Bianca Belair, Raquel Rodriguez, and Liv Morgan. We go to commercial break. Heads out to the ring, and he starts by saying Bronson Reed and Bobby Lashley want to face him. He asks where his respect for being the greatest United States champion. He says the new title that Triple H introduced should be on his waist. He said he has earned the right to be new heavyweight champion. Sweetheart, you got your hands full with the United States Championship, okay? You got plenty of time. You're in your early 20s, okay, pal? He says instead of being put in a title match, he has to defend his title in a triple threat match. He says he beat John Cena at WrestleMania. Big deal. Did you beat everybody else on Raw? No. Now, scoop to you. Bobby Lashley comes out. Lashley says the only problem he has with Theory is that he's holding his title. Lashley asks when will Theory start stepping up because he keeps running away from every obstacle. Lashley says he knows how tough Theory is and asks if Theory is lazy or scared. Lashley says Theory should welcome every opportunity to fight for the title. He says he requested the triple threat match at Backlash. Theory asks where Lashley's match at WrestleMania. Lashley says he should knock Austin's teeth down his throat for saying that. Theory takes a swing at Lashley and they brawl. Lashley sends Theory into the barricade. Reed comes out and brawls with Lashley. The numbers are too much for Lashley. Reed attacks Lashley against the post and sends him into the ring. Theory hits an A-Town down. Reed then attacks Theory and hits a senton. Reed follows up with a tsunami. We have Elias backstage with Boogs, who seems overwhelmed. Elias asks Chad to come in and help him. Gable explains the draft to Boogs. He says he has made sure to be the drafter with Otis. Maxine interrupts and says she is ensured that she will go wherever Otis goes. Ali says all they need is to have a more positive mentality. Ali says Gable can finally reach his full potential, but everyone will think he's a loser without Otis. Otis and Gable is going to show Ali a shakedown tonight. Gotta take a sip of my coffee. Chad Gable versus Mustafa Ali. The match starts with Gable attacking Ali while he was making his entrance. Gable with a belly-to-belly suplex. He knocks down Ali. Gable with a German suplex to Ali. Ali fights back with a DDT. Ali goes for a 450 splash and misses. Gable goes for a Chaos Theory, but Ali roll him up for the win. Winner, Mustafa Ali. And he's, I think, in the middle of Ramadan, so they're trying. I would have actually fucking had him first thing coming out of the gate match. So you could get this poor guy to get showered and go get a fucking meal. I hate fasting. I hate it. If it's religious purposes, I'm not doing it anymore. This past Easter, I said fuck Lent. I said fuck Lent. I don't need it. I'm getting way too old for this shit. Sami Zayn is shown walking in the back and he runs into Jimmy, who accuses him of playing mind games with Jay. He said they will take back their titles. He asks whether Owens will be there with him if they lose. He says Owens used Sami to get their titles, and when they lose the titles, Kevin will turn on him. Jimmy then asks him to worry about Owens and not Jay. Cody Rhodes versus Finn Balor. The match begins with Balor arm drags Cody, who gets back up and takes down Balor. Cody with a gutbuster, cover 1-2 kick out. Balor rolls out of the ring and Cody brings him in and slams him. Cover 1-2 kick out. Cody goes for a crossbody and misses. He rolls out of the ring and Balor sends him into the announce desk. Come back from commercial break. Cody fights back and knocks down Balor. He hits an uppercut and a power slam. Rhodes with a disaster kick. Cover 1-2 kick out. Cody goes for a Cody cutter, but Balor reverses it into a reverse DDT. Cover 1-2 kick out. Balor stomps Cody and hits a sling blade. Cody with a super kick and a Cody cutter. Cover 1-2 kick out. Cody goes for a power bomb, but Finn reverses it and hits the shotgun drop kick. Balor goes for the coup de grace and misses. Cody for the crossroads, but Balor rolls him up. Cody with the pedigree. He then hits the crossroads for the win. Winner Cody Rhodes. If he's used it twice or 3 times. It is odd seeing him do it, and it's not in AEW. I'm hoping that, he every time he uses it, he thanks Mr. Paul Levesque. But I'm just putting that out there. So then after that, Rollins comes out. Rollins starts by welcoming the crowd to Monday Night Rollins. He says he was going to see how the fans felt about his upcoming match against Amos. However, he says something bigger has caught his eye, and he looks at the new World Heavyweight Championship belt as the crowd chants, "You deserve it." Rollins says Triple H talked about Roman Reigns and the list of people he defeated, but Rollins is not in that list. He says he still wants to fight, and the new world title is a new opportunity for everyone to fight for. He then says if they are going to crown a new world heavyweight champion at Night of Champions, he would bet on himself. Amos music plays and he comes out. MVP apologizes for the interruption and says he respects him. He then says Seth is one of the most impressive superstars to ever grace a WWE ring. MVP says Seth has accomplished everything he had to accomplish, and because of those accolades, Seth has been chosen. He then says a win over Seth Rollins would be a huge for Amos. MVP wants him against making predictions about his future because after Backlash, Rollins might not have much of a future. Rollins says they should thank MVP for the kind words, but he undersold Amos. Rollins says Amos is the tallest man he ever seen in his entire life. What about Paul White? Just saying. He says he is once in a generation talent. No way, Jose. No way. He said he's going to make his ass famous at Backlash by beating him. Rollins then leaves the ring. We come back from a commercial break. Matt Riddle is backstage with Kevin Owens. He's discussing his match with Owens. Sammy walks in and Owens asks where was Sammy, who says he's talking to the Usos. Kevin asks why was Sammy talking to them. He asks why he cares about what Roman does to the Usos. He says they have to beat them and keep the titles, and that's what Sammy should be worried about. Riddle says he knows what Sammy is going through. He says every week people used to tell him that Randy Orton would betray him, but he didn't, and Owens isn't going to betray him. So right then and there, when he said what he said, that's going to be the feud when Randy Orton's ready to come back. Rey Mysterio versus Damian Priest. The match starts and Rey Mysterio attacks Priest. Priest kicks Rey down and stomps him. Priest hits a gutbuster. Bad Bunny's car shown arriving in the arena. He gets down and makes his way to the ring. Ray with a Hurricane Rana to Priest. Ray is rocketed with a right hand from Damian Priest. He sends Rey Mysterio to the outside. Come back from the commercial break. Priest attacks Rey Mysterio in the corner. Priest sends into the post. Ray with a moonsault on Priest. He sends him into the ring and hits a senton and a cross body. Cover 1-2 kick out. Ray goes for a 619, but Priest kicks him in the face. Cover 1-2 kick out. Ray takes out the leg and goes for a moonsault, but is caught and planted. Cover 1-2 kick out. Priest attacks Ray. Priest takes a steel chair and throws it at Ray Mysterio and hits the South of Heaven. Winner, Rey Mysterio via disqualification. After the match, Priest clears the announce desk. Bad Bunny's music plays, and he makes his way down to the ring with a kendo stick in hand. He attacks Priest with the kendo stick multiple times as Priest rolls out of the ring. Bad Bunny attacks Priest with a kendo stick, and he runs away. Bad Bunny takes the mic and says he's not hosting Backlash anymore. Now he's going to face Damian Priest at Backlash in a street fight, and that's where everything went, and it was over. So we have that as a match. You know that Damian Priest is not going to lose, not going to win this match. I'd be very shocked if he loses. I mean, if he wins. So that is that. Now on to the last of the last of the last. I'm sorry, my tablet is as slow as fucking molasses. And it just did an update, like, while I was watching something on my computer. Oh my god, now I'm definitely gonna need my bifocals. Okay. Tonight's episode of AEW Dynamite was broadcast from the FLA Live Arena in Sunrise, Florida. We start off with the AEW International Championship match. Freshly squeezed Orange Cassidy versus Bandito. Orange Cassidy has won 19 straight title defenses. Bandito and Cassidy chain wrestled in a great exchange early in the early goings of the match. Cassidy connected with a Hurricane Rana with his hands in his pocket and followed it up with a dropkick to Bandito. Bandito caught Cassidy, who was attempting a tope. Bandito dropped Orange throat first across the guardrail. Bandito drove his shoulder into Orange's midsection. Bandito applied a stretch muffler to Orange Cassidy. Cassidy managed to crawl to the ropes to force the ref to break. Bandito flew over the top rope with a tope con hero. Back in the ring, Bandito chopped at Cassidy's chest. Bandito connected with a thrust kick and a pump kick, knocking Cassidy back into the ropes. Orange rattled Bandito with a diving crossbody press. Orange knocked Bandito to the barricade with an elbow suicida. Bandito lured Orange back into the ring and rocked him with a kick. Bandito used a one-arm suplex and then a cutter for a near fall on Orange. Bandito smashed Orange with a frog splash for a 2 count. Orange rolled up Bandito with a mousetrap, but Bandito escaped. Orange hit a beach break and pinned Bandito. Guys, Cassidy earned that win. Boy, did he ever, said Tony Schiavone. Orange placed his sunglasses on Bandito after the match, and the two wrestlers hugged it out. We go back to Renee Paquette interviewed Adam Cole, baby. Cole, Here's the deal. Tonight I'm going to the ring and I'm going to call out Chris Jericho. He comes out. If he comes out, I'm going to show him the mistake he made. If you don't come out, I'll find you. I have a strong suspicion that he's going to end up on the better side of this whole situation. Renee Peg. Oh, I already did that. Hold on. I need sleep right this now. Jeff Jarrett versus one half of the AEW World Tag Team Champions, Dax Hardwood. AEW officials came out to the ramp and forced Lethal, Dutt, and Singh to the back. Jarrett grabbed a wrist lock on Dax, but Dax turned things around and with a side headlock. Takeover. Jarrett used a shoulder tackle and then an arm drag. Double J followed up with a body slam. The last outlaw looking good right there, said Taz. Dax took Jarrett down with a snapmare suplex. He followed it up with a leg drop on Jarrett's throat. Dax was looking for a suplex, but Jarrett shoved Dax to the mat. Dax and Jarrett traded strikes. Jarrett hit a knee breaker on Dax, but Dax managed to connect with a diving headbutt on Jarrett. Dax nailed Jarrett with a pile driver for a near fall. Jarrett rolled outside the ring to create some space between him and his opponent. It worked because Jarrett grabbed Dax in a catapult and Dax chased Jarrett back inside the ring. Harwood rocked Jarrett with a short arm lariat. Sanjay Dutt appeared ringside to trip up Dax. Dutt distracted Dax, and as Dax got back in the ring, Jarrett spiked Dax with the stroke and then pinned him. Jarrett held Dax's title after the match. We heard from the AEW CEO and General Manager Tony Khan, who had a special announcement. The open ceremonies of this year's Owen Hart Cup will take place at Double or Nothing in Las Vegas. The tournament will be held in Canada. The tournament finals will take place in Owen's hometown of Calgary, Alberta, Canada. TNT Championship champion Wardlow versus Ariel Levy. Wardlow, basically, you could have fucking gone to make a cup of coffee, came back, and the fucking match was completely over. Seriously, you did not miss anything. This was like you could basically follow on Twitter basically tonight. That basically. Wardlow headbutted his opponent and followed up with a lariat. Wardlow used the powerbomb Symphony and pinned the opponent. Arn Anderson grabbed the microphone after the match. Arn Anderson said, I've been in the business for 40 years. I've been walking these halls for 3 years. It's ironic that tomorrow is the NFL draft. You get a good team and a good pick and create a dynasty. Wardlow, you are the dynasty in AEW. But there's a couple of things you need to agree with me on. Sometimes you'll need to pull a guy's eye out or bite a thumb off. Maybe you have to pick up a chair and crack somebody's head over it. We have Christian Cage and Luchasaurus come out. Christian walked up to the ring steps and stopped for a short of entering the ring. He's playing mind games, said Tony Schiavone. Renee Paquette is backstage with Sammy Guevara. AEW World Champion MJF interrupted the interview. MJF, people are saying, Sammy, I am a gutless coward and I politicked Tony Khan. Sammy, people are saying that you're paying me to lay down and ruining the sanctity of this sport. MJF and Sammy both said they didn't care. Sammy gave MJF his vest and MJF gave Sammy a scarf and they hugged. Basically, it was like a play on of Chris Jericho and MJF, basically. By the way, Chris Jericho is banned from TikTok. I don't know what the fuck he did, but he's banned from TikTok. RJ City is backstage to hype up tonight's Kenny Omega tag team match and was blindsided by John Moxley and the BCC. Mox, we have some scars here to leave tonight. Four Pillars tournament match final. The Spanish God, Sammy Guevara versus Darby Allin. The winner of this match is to face AEW World Champion MJF at Double or Nothing in Las Vegas. The AEW World Champion MJF joined the broadcast booth for the match. Sammy slapped Darby in the face. Darby applied a side headlock. Sammy fired back with a drop kick. Sammy spat at Darby and then hit a knee to Darby's back. Darby was looking for a German suplex off the apron, but Sammy used a low blow while the ref was distracted. Sammy followed up with a moonsault. Darby on the arena floor. Darby tried for a tope suicida, but Sammy countered it with a cutter. Sammy set up a table outside the ring. Darby clocked Sammy with a strike and climbed to the top turnbuckle. Tejante ran to the ring and distracted Darby. Sammy surprised Darby with a Spanish fly for a near fall. Sammy put Darby up on the table and crashed through with a 630 senton, driving Darby through the table. MJF was tricked. Wait a second. MJF was ticked that Darby managed to crawl back into the ring. MJF stormed to the ring. MJF threw Darby's skateboard in the ring, and Darby caught it. Sammy fell to the mat, pretending that Darby hit him with the skateboard, a la Eddie Guerrero. Ref Paul Turner disqualified Darby because he thought Darby used the skateboard on Sammy. MJF and Sammy swarmed Darby after the match until Jungle Boy Jack Perry ran down to even up the odds. MJF and Sammy retreated. Tony Schiavone received a message from Tony through his headset. Schiavone, listen up. I just talked to Tony Khan. Sammy, by winning the Pillars tournament, you've earned the title shot at Double or Nothing. But next week on Dynamite, there's going to be a tag team match where Jungle Boy and Darby Allin will face you two guys. And if you two guys win, the match remains the same. But if Jungle Boy and Darby Allin win, then at Double or Nothing on the pay-per-view, it will be a Pillars four-way match for the AEW World Heavyweight Championship. Jungle Boy Jack Perry offered Darby a hand after the match and helped him get to his feet. Now this is going to get really interesting. Really fucking interesting. I have a strong feeling about this. Adam Cole goes out to the ring with a microphone. Cole, Jericho, I know you can hear me. You handcuffed me last week and made me watch you attack Britt. You crossed the line. I swear to God, I'm going to hurt you, and I'm going to hurt you bad. I'm going to beat you with an inch of your life. Get out here, Chris. Jericho's music hits, and Jericho appeared on the giant screen. Jericho, you want me to come to the ring to fight you? I don't want to come anywhere near you. A man who let the love of his life get beaten. You did nothing to stop it. You are a coward. I don't want to be near you. My guys will get 'em, boys. The Jericho Appreciation Society swarmed Cole in the ring. Orange Cassidy and Bandito ran down to help Adam Cole, but the numbers were still against them. We have a debut of Roderick motherfucking Strong. He is now officially All Elite. I'm shocked. I thought they would have had plans for him on either Raw or SmackDown. I think he's better off there because there is going to be way too much talent and he just would get lost in the shuffle. I would have actually maybe liked it if they would have hired Bobby Fish back. Then they could have got Roderick, put him in a tag team, and then at least they would have had something for them and build a tag team. But he's better off there. His wife works there. Everything is copacetic. He's happy. And my boys are getting back together. My boys are getting back together. Yes, 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 that they are. And that's totally undisputed. Roderick Strong sprinted to the ring and cleared house on the Jericho Appreciation Society. Adam Cole and Roderick Strong hugged. What an emotional reunion, said Tony Schiavone. Extremely impactful arrival, said Taz. There was a QTV segment was interrupted by Powerhouse Hobbs. QT Marshall promised a very upset Hobbs that Hobbs would be champion again. QT told the crew, guys, let's go to plan B. TBS Championship match. This is getting, I swear to Christ, the TBS Championship is their fucking 24/7 championship. It's irrelevant. There's times I forget the damn thing even exists. I'm telling you, I'm not joking. You, I say no lies. Okay, people? I am tired of this title. I am tired that they keep fucking keeping it on this woman. I understand she should be able to stop, but come on, put her in at least a triple threat, and then you could get the title safely off of her. For Christ's sakes, seriously. Taya Valkyrie wasn't allowed to use Trip to Valhalla, the same same match, the same move that Jade uses. So if she did, she would have been disqualified. Taya used a clothesline and ground and pound Jade. Taya booted Jade, but then Jade had swept out Taya's legs. Jade set up Taya for a suplex, but Taya fought her off. Jade sprung back up and suplexed Taya. Jade crushed Taya with a Canadian Destroyer for a near fall. Cargill was looking for Jaded, but Taya escaped. Taya used a double stomp for a 2 count. Taya was about to use the road to Valhalla, but the ref informed her that she couldn't use the move. Cargill rolled up Taya for the pin. Taya hosted up Aubrey Edwards and was about to put her in the road to Valhalla, but the other ref stopped Taya. Dr. Britt Baker, ZMZ, and the AEW Women's Champion Jamie Hayter were backstage. Hayter, you've declared war. The only way this will end is if you send us to the bloody morgue. Before the main event, American Dragon Bryan Danielson headed out to join commentary booth. Main event, Kenny Omega and Konosuke Takeshita versus the Butcher and the Blade. Kenny hit a moonsault on Blade, and Takeshita followed up with a senton. Omega used a Hurricane Rana on the Blade. Omega was looking for the Terminator dive, but Kip Sabian tripped Kenny and then hits a moonsault while Butcher held Omega. Takeshita grabbed a tag and connected with the Takeshita line on Butcher. Takeshita spiked Butcher with a brainbuster. Butcher and Blade double-teamed Takeshita with a tandem offense. Omega swept out Blade's leg, and Takeshita managed to take down Butcher with a Hurricane Rana. Takeshita followed up with a Blue Thunder Bomb for a near fall. Omega nailed Blade with a Snapdragon suplex. Takeshita walloped Butcher with a power drive knee, then pinned the Butcher. Danielson grabbed the microphone. Danielson, I see one pro wrestler in the ring who grabbed the pin, and one amateur who looks like the best days are behind him. And right next to him, I see a prodigy. If he trained with the BCC, he would be a world beater. John Moxley, Wheeler Yuta, and Claudio Castagnoli ambushed Omega and Takesha. The Young Bucks ran out to even up the odds. The Bucks served up super kicks. Takesha stopped Omega before Omega could use the screwdriver on Moxley. Mox shoved Takesha into Omega and then rocked Omega with a Paragon shift. The BCC swarmed Takesha. Yuta hit Takesha with a low blow. Danielson said that Takesha made his choice, and Mox hit Takesha with a screwdriver and busted him wide open. Decent Dynamite. And that is it for episode 288. Oh my god, I am so tired. I am going to enjoy the rest of my Friday. I am going to enjoy the weekend because it's gonna be crappy for the rest of the weekend. I want to make a little thing clear. I will be doing 3 episodes of Ring of Honor TV. It will be premiering at 8 a.m. in the morning. I'm sorry that I've been not involved in it, but I've had other things coming up and I just couldn't. So I watched them and everything like that. It just I have to sit down and do the review and whatnot. So you'll see it on Saturday morning. It'll be great. You'll have some coffee, and if you're in the New York area, you're going to be able to sit with a cup of coffee, and you're going to be able to enjoy me on a Saturday morning with breakfast in bed and me. What it is I'm going to do, I'm going to go enjoy the rest of my Friday. I am going to go and take a nice hot shower. I am going to sit down. I'm going to put my feet up. I'm going to put my television on. And I'm going to enjoy the whole weekend. Because guess what, people? May is coming very quickly. It's my birthday month. And I'm going to be 41 in 2 weeks. Yes. So I want everybody to have a great Friday. Please check everything out on the rest of my YouTube channel. Please like, share, and subscribe. Turn on my bell for all notifications so when things come up, you'll know about it. I got to get more on those shorts. I've been laxing on them. When I see something, I'm going to read it, do the quick shorts. I can do them on my tablet, and then I can read the article and give you my quick, or give you my, could do a short videos or whatnot. But you're gonna see the shorts, like, like this is happening and whatnot. Get my thoughts on a quick video. I'll upload it, and there you go. I want everybody again to have a great Friday. I want you to also please check out Harry's at harrys.com for all your shaving and toiletry essentials. Please go check out Maestro Classics at maestroclassics.com for all your beard essentials. If you want to murder your thirst, go get and check out Liquid Death at liquiddeath.com. Please go check out Death Wish Coffee at deathwishcoffee.com. And please go to Fight TV, subscribe to Fight TV Plus. Right now it's $7.99. I'm locked in for $4.99 for the old school, the old timers there, and you can get so much more wrestling there for $4.99. Me for $4.99, you would be for $7.99. And also, please do me a favor. Please do me a favor. Go check out HOG Wrestling at hogwrestling.net. There's a couple of specials coming up. There's lots going on. Go get yourself all in the know and get your tickets if you're going to be able to get to these events. Please go get them at hogwrestling.net. Have a great Friday. I love you all. I will see you tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. for Ring of Honor TV for episodes, I think it's 7, 8, and 9. So you're gonna sit a spell, basically, okay? I love you all. Have a great Friday. Until then, I'll see you later.